Nestled between the megacities of Beijing and Tianjin, amidst wheat fields and forests, is a unique European-style complex called Jingjin City. This largest villa complex in Asia, built more than a decade ago, remains virtually uninhabited, earning it the nickname Asia's largest ghost town. The story of Jingjin City began in 2001 when the authorities of Baodi District in Tianjin conceived a grandiose project on an area of more than 1,600 hectares. The plan was to create a city of 500,000 residents with 8,000 villas, a five-star hotel, Asia's largest hot springs complex, a shopping center, and even a temple. The location seemed ideal, in the center of the triangle between Beijing, Tianjin, and Tangshan. However, ambitious plans collided with harsh reality. After building 3,000 villas, the project came to a halt. Although the hotel, springs, and temple were completed, the lack of visitors meant that the huge investment did not pay off. Today, the place is popular except for bloggers and wedding photographers. A key factor in the failure was the rerouting of the Beijing-Shenzhen high-speed railroad. The station that the developers were counting on was moved to another city. Without convenient transportation and necessary infrastructure, Jingjin City turned out to be unattractive for living. Many people who bought property here quickly left. Housing prices fell by leaps and bounds, but even this did not help to revitalize the city. Although villas sold for a quarter of Beijing's price, occupancy remained extremely low. Attempts by other real estate developers were also unsuccessful. The story of Jingjin City is just one example of China's larger problem. In pursuit of growth and under pressure from land policies, local governments across the country have initiated the construction of thousands of new cities. By 2016, more than 3,500 new urban areas were planned for a fantastic 3.4 billion people. This great urban revolution had a lot to do with the dependence of local governments on land revenue. The larger the population of a new city, the greater the land quotas and potential revenues. In addition, the lack of coordination in urban planning led to new towns being approved even where they were not needed. Expectations of demographic growth following the abolition of the one-child policy have not been realized. Instead, in 2022, China's population declined for the first time in a long time. The younger generation, faced with rising unemployment and high housing prices, is increasingly abandoning traditional life scenarios, including buying real estate. As a result, not only are new cities across China empty, but older neighborhoods are also losing population. The problem is particularly acute in smaller cities, which cannot compete with megacities for human resources. The situation is aggravated by the fact that many development projects remain unfinished due to financial difficulties of developers. This has led to the fact that thousands of people displaced from villages as part of urbanization have found themselves without the promised housing. Special attention should be paid to high-speed rail cities, new neighborhoods built around high-speed train stations. The idea was to use the flow of passengers to stimulate economic growth and increase land values. However, most such projects have failed to live up to expectations, turning into deserted ghost towns. Paradoxically, the introduction of high-speed rail has often led to a slowdown in the economic growth of small and medium-sized cities, accelerating the outflow of population and capital to large metropolitan areas. The emergence of many ghost towns in China is due not only to the rash expansion of local governments, but also to the general overheating of the real estate market. As economic growth slowed down and credit policies tightened against real estate developers, many projects have been frozen, and those already built have fallen into disrepair. As Professor Sun Liping of Tsinghua University pointed out, the enormous wealth created in China over decades, along with significant debt, has been converted into real estate and infrastructure. Now it is time to pay off those debts, which leads to a decline in investment and consumption, pushing the economy into recession. The situation of ghost cities in China demonstrates the dangers of ill-considered urban planning and over-reliance on the real estate market. It also raises important questions about the future of urbanization in the face of demographic change and economic challenges. Thank you for watching this video to the end. If you enjoyed the content, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more interesting content. We wish you a good day and see you soon.